Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals, and this is some very old footage from a video series I filmed about 2 years ago now for these Disney Princess journals. It was a large collection, and I just filmed different stages of the process and had them ready to go when I wanted to do a voiceover. So today, while I share this in the background, I'm just preparing these covers by adding some beautiful William Morris washi tape to the spines, getting these ready to be bound. I thought I would share my testimony about how I became a Christian since it is Easter, and I just want to wish you all a wonderful Easter. And I think I shared this on my channel before, but it was a very, very long time ago, and I just hope that this is encouraging and may speak to you wherever you are at. So basically, I have pretty much always believed in God. I don't really remember a time when I didn't believe in him, because my sister, who is 7 years older than me, she would always tell me about God and read the Bible to me. So I grew up, believing in God and knowing that he loved me. And he wasn't, though, something that I thought about very often as I grew up. He seemed to be more just like in the background of my life. But then when I was in high school, I went to an after-school program. I think it was in year 7 till year 9. And it was run by a group of Christians. And they had this wonderful way of bringing up God in like everyday conversations. So it was, really cool. I loved talking about God, and I would come home from that and talk to my sister about God. And then one day when I was 14, she asked me if I would like to ask Jesus into my heart. And I was kind of terrified. I shook my head and said no, even though I did want to follow God. I loved God, believed in him. I really wanted to follow him. But I just saw my heart as, dark and ugly and dirty, and I couldn't bear the thought of making Jesus live in such a place. So I came up with a plan. I thought that I would think good thoughts, and I would do good deeds, and I would clean up my heart, and once it was clean, then I would ask Jesus into it. And of course, my plan failed miserably. The first day I tried it, within like the first minute or so, I was realizing, oh, this is not working. And so one day I got my Bible and I sat on my bed in my room, and I was just looking for another way, because clearly this way was not working. Cleaning my own self up was not working. So I was reading my Bible, and lots of different scriptures helped me out, but one in particular, Romans 10:9, really, really helped me, where it says that if you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that he died and rose again, if you do those things, you will be saved. And so I realized, it's a free gift, his salvation. I don't have to do anything. It's all by what he did on the cross. And, I was all on board with that. I believed it. And there was still one struggle that I had. And it was that I couldn't receive it. I believed it. I just couldn't receive it because I thought I was unworthy. I just did not understand why Jesus would go through the whipping, the shredding of skin, the crown of thorns pushed on his head, the abandonment and betrayal, and the nails through his hands and feet. I just couldn't understand why he would go through all of that for me. And so I really wanted to understand. So this day I closed my eyes and I was kneeling on my bed, and I put my head in my hands on my bed, and I just met Jesus. I went to meet with him, and I pictured him, I was back in Jesus' time, picturing him walking along this road to the cross, and he was surrounded by a crowd, his disciples, and I just pulled him aside, and I whispered to him, "Don't do it. Don't die on the cross for me. I'm not worth it." And then he just looked at me with such, tender eyes. And he said to me this phrase, this sentence that it's amazing. He spoke the words that I needed to hear, the words that he knew would meet me where I am at, the only words that would make me understand, because he knows how to speak to me. He said, if it wasn't me on the cross, it would be you. And in that instant, everything changed. My pastor has this line that I love. He says that when God speaks, it changes everything. And I totally agree with that, because there's been so many times in my life where that has been true. And so this line, when he said that, everything kind of clicked into place, and I understood, that here I was trying to save Jesus, but he was saving me. And because he loved me. And that's when it hit me just how much he loved me. And I was just overwhelmed by his love, and I was overwhelmed with gratitude. And so I went from, please don't do it, and not being able to accept his death on the cross, to going, thank you. And so right then and there, I gave my heart to Jesus, asked him to come into my heart and live inside me. And I thought to myself, if he could die for me, then I can live for him. And so that is the story of how I became a Christian. And I can say definitely best decision of my life. Definitely there's still struggles. There are still, things that are hard and painful in this life, and there always will be, but I know I am never alone, and that I am so loved, that no matter what pain or hardships I go through, I am so loved, so deeply loved, and it's that love that gets me through. And so the cry of my heart is just to walk closely with God. And I really hope that my testimony was encouraging to you, and feel free to share your own testimony down in the comments. And thank you so much for watching this video, and have a wonderful Easter. Bye guys. A big thank you to my beautiful patrons supporting me in February. I really hope you absolutely love it there. If you would like to become a patron, the link is down below in the description box. And my Patreon is where you get access to the start to finish journal making series each month, sneak peeks and first access to all of my creations, and depending on your tier level, printable kits, every single printable kit from my Etsy plus a new one each month. There are mail tiers and community tiers and all sorts of things. Check the description box down below also for links to my courses, for my journaling courses and creative courses, places to find me, and ways to contact me if you ever have any questions or video requests.